Hey guys, in here with Train Like You Fight, and this week we're actually going to be talking about another Eberlestock backpack. Now if you guys watched my video a few weeks back over the Eberlestock Switchblade, I told you guys that was going to be my backpack that was here to stay, that I wasn't going to buy any additional backpacks, and the reason I have this guy is not because I needed another backpack in my life. It's actually because I ordered this guy before I ordered the Switchblade, and I was intending on sending this guy back after I did a review. Well, time got the best of me and now I can't send it back, so I'm kind of stuck with it. But I actually have some plans of what I'm going to do for this thing, so stick around to the end of the video and you'll find out what I'm actually going to do with this backpack. So this is a pretty cool little backpack. It is a very small backpack, and that's why I'm not going to end up using it. It's just a little too small for my own needs. I believe it's 960 cubic inches, so coming in just under 1,000 cubic inches. So very small pack, but it's a great little day pack, great range pack. You do whatever you need to do with it. Now, let's just get into the outside of the pack. The whole thing is made of a ripstop nylon. I made the mistake in my last video of saying 1,000 denier ripstop. I know that's not a thing. I meant to say it's just a heavier duty ripstop nylon. It's not like what you would typically see with your average ripstop nylon. So very heavy duty stuff. I don't know the D rating or anything like that, but it's good stuff. So up front here, probably the most notable point of the pack is the laser cut MOLLE panel they have right here. I really like this laser cut MOLLE panel. For one, it lays nice and flat. You don't have any chance of snagging anything on it, and it does give you those extra attachment points that you could possibly want. But I also like the fact that you can store stuff behind this panel. You can roll up a jacket and have real quick access to it. There's all kinds of things you guys could do with something like this. So I really like that addition. I kind of wish the Switchblade would have something like that, because the other beauty of having this panel here is when you fold down the top, there's no chance of you accidentally opening the entire thing out and just spilling all of its contents. So we have more of the minimalist MOLLE. I think it's 9 or 10 millimeter MOLLE. Don't quote me on that, but it's very thin MOLLE webbing that Eberlestock uses. I really like this stuff because it's just not overly cumbersome. It doesn't get in the way of stuff, or not cumbersome, but it's not overdone. And then on the side here we have what looks to be spots for like Alice clips, knives, stuff like that. Same thing on the other side here. And then we have your two water bottle pouches. These guys actually, I think, are a little bit bigger than what you get on the Switchblade. At least the bottle, it seems like you could store a larger bottle on here. Maybe it's the same size and that the Switchblade is just a little bit bigger. It stretches it out a little bit more. But you can fit two full-size water bottles in there. I just got some cheap disposable ones right here. And then let's actually talk about the shoulder straps and everything like that. So you got a drag handle right here, real thin. I prefer this kind of drag handle over what is on the Switchblade, but this guy just feels a little more sturdy in my opinion. Now for your shoulder harness here, you have the typical Eberlestock. It's like that 3D printed foam, I guess you could call it, or 3D blown foam. Really nice stuff, nice mesh material, so it breathes real easy. And again, even though this is an incredibly small pack, you have the Eberlestock ladder system, so you can move the shoulder harness up and down on these guys. Really easy to do. It's just like working with any type of MOLLE webbing. You just uncinch it, move it up and down, and I don't want to do it on video because it kind of takes a minute to adjust it. Now the part that actually sits against your back here, you have these nice big foam ridges right here. These things are awesome. They really do kind of keep the pack off of your back a little bit to allow some air to flow through there, so it really is a nice addition. And then I really don't think this is a necessary addition, but it's cool that Eberlestock did it. You actually can attach one of their waist belts to it. So if you look right through here, yes, you can fit an Eberlestock waist belt if you really want to. I can't imagine you would be loading this thing up with enough weight where you would need a waist belt, but you can't put one on here. So again, it's cool that Eberlestock includes stuff like that. Probably couldn't have seen it from the side, but you do have toggles right here to cinch down on your water bottle pouches. So that's pretty nice. And then you have load lifters too on the shoulder straps. Again, this is a pack, I don't really think you need load lifters for it, but it's cool that they have them. And if you don't want to use them, you just cinch them down as tight as they can go, and then they're just kind of out of sight, out of mind. You do have your chest strap right here. It has a nice little bungee on it, so if you're not using it, it's not flopping around everywhere on you. It is still flopping around, but at least you can make it smaller. You can take it off altogether if you really want to do that. And that's about sums it up for the outside of the pack. Yeah, you got your Velcro panel here, you have your Eberlestock logo, but that's about it for the externals. Now let's talk about the inside of this thing. So you have one pretty good sized small admin pouch up here on top. Looks like you got a mesh pocket that's, I wouldn't say it's big enough for a cell phone, but a little mesh pocket. I use it for whatever you want. You have a nice key ring here. Wish the Switchblade actually came with the key ring. I like that addition a lot. And then you have a small pocket here for what looks to be for probably a pocket knife. And then let's get into our main compartment. So I just kind of loaded this thing up with things that you guys might be carrying around on you nowadays. So got your quintessential gas mask and filter. We have some currency, a little bit more currency just in case. And then because all the FUDs went out and got AR-15s, I'm stuck with a bunch of 45 Colt ammunition now. So you gotta make do with what you got. So going on into the inside of the pack, you do need if you want to open the thing up all the way, you do have to undo the little buckles here, fold down that laser cut MOLLE panel, and now you have access to the entire inside of the pack. Now on the front here, you have that felt material that you can always Velcro pouches, whatever you want to it. And then on the inside here, the setup is pretty much identical to how the Switchblade's set up, just a little bit smaller, obviously, because it's a smaller pack. You have 3 little compartments right here. I just have my little Benchmade Casbah sitting in there, but you have 3 other ones. You can put chem lights, really anything you want in there. So nice, handy little admin pockets right there. Then you have this nice large one here, which you could stick your 100 rounds of 45 Colt in there if you really want to. All right, see if it'll actually fit in there. Yeah, there you go. So if you're carrying 100 rounds of 45 long Colt on you, you can fit that in this little side pocket there and organize your stuff. You have one long pocket right here for whatever you might need. Definitely fit a nice long fixed blade knife if you want to put that in there. And then finally you have your Camelback pocket right here. It has a nice elastic retainer up top here, so it lays nice and flat when you're not using it. And then you also have your Camelback retainer loop right here. And then finally you have your Camelback straw port right there. And that about sums it up for the Eberlestock Switchblade. Now, like I was saying, guys, I'm not going to be keeping this guy around, even though I own it now. And I was halfway tempted to do a giveaway with this pack. And you guys have given a lot to me. I don't make a ton of money off this YouTube channel, but I make a little bit of money where I could definitely reinvest into the channel. But then I remembered there's a good buddy of mine I actually owe a backpack to, and I'll roll a clip of it. But a few years back, I actually was shooting with Zach, and we were shooting his AR, and we were using his range backpack as kind of a shooting rest. And I got the muzzle of his rifle just a little bit too close to the side of his backpack. And from that concussion or that shock wave coming off the muzzle brake, I actually punched a hole in the side of his pack.
Hold on 1 second. You shot my bag.
Oh shit. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Shit happens.
So I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna mail this out to my buddy Zach. He deserves it more than anyone I know because I destroyed his last backpack, which he's still using to this day. But this should definitely be a nice upgrade to his kit, and I think he'll be impressed with it. So guys, thanks for watching, and remember to train like you fight.